Armando, weight loss wellness champions. Angela, how much weight have you lost?
7 pounds for me.
That's fantastic.
Wow,
15 pounds?
yeah.
Woohoo! You guys are Bodylove Diet extraordinaires. I am so impressed. So what are some of the key changes you guys have made?
No fast food and no soda. It's been a month and a day today.
That is
Nope.
great.
Definitely no pasta and exercising as well.
Yes, exercising.
Okay, fabulous. So did you get to play some Marvin Gaye in the kitchen?
We did.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. And did that sort of bring in more playfulness for you? Because there was a lot of heavy sort of emotion around what was going on between you two. So did that make it a little bit more light for you?
Yes.
Interesting that it made it more light for you physically, but it made it more light for you emotionally. See how the interaction between the emotion and the reaction that you've had with your bodies. It's really a beautiful dance, should we say? Because when we feel lighter and happier and healthier, it actually boosts your metabolism as well. It puts the body into a relaxed state, which gets everything kind of churning well, your digestion powering along, and you're able to really assimilate and get those nutrients from your food. So it's a really beautiful, healthy act to take. What else can we learn from you? Are there any other fun things that you've been doing together?
We go on bike rides together.
Yeah.
Great.
Something that I would have never done. Actually, on the first day, I looked up at the hill that he had been riding, previous to that, and I looked up and said, "There's no way I'm going to do this. I'm going home." And he looked back at me and said, "You can do it. We're going to do it together." And sure enough, he took me on the trail, and I felt so proud of myself. I was happy that I did that. So it was a big accomplishment from someone who never exercised.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Well, you're getting those endorphins going and those feel-good vibes. So have you found that exercise is actually, now that you've started, it's given you more energy?
Yes.
And it's a beautiful thing that you guys can do together, really. So, Armando, it's great because you were the one that, we didn't think that you were going to necessarily go on this journey with Angela, but you really have. So that's great. What sort of changes have you had between you guys also in your relationship?
We're a lot more playful now. We have a lot more energy. Before it was just we come home from work, we eat and we watch TV and go to sleep. Now we actually talk and we do exercise together, and so it's bringing us a lot more closer. So it's fun. So she gets home, we're like, let's run around the block.
Wow, that is good. So you have a lot more intimacy, you're more active. So what about sex? Are you having more sex?
Even though it's only been 3 weeks, changing your food, you can see the huge, well, it's been a little bit more long, it's been longer than 3 weeks, but, you can see the big change in it, so it gives you more energy, and it's just so different than going from eating fast food and drinking soda and candy all the time to eating healthier. It's just amazing what it can do for you.
Right.
It really has an effect on our emotions as well and everything. And when you have energy, like when you feel lethargic, I know personally for me, I don't really want to have much intimacy, whether it's the conversation or whether it's getting playful in the bedroom. You just feel kind of a little bit depressed and the energy isn't there. So you don't really have much to give to your partner. But now that you guys are feeling healthier, you have a lot more health in your relationship, it seems. Number one, you're becoming more intimate. You're communicating more about your needs and your desires. But you're also getting a little bit more passionate as well, which I think is so important for actual weight loss, would you believe? You've got those endorphins, as I said, going. You've got your digestion going on. You're digesting your emotions better, which relates to your physical health and well-being as well. And therefore, then you digest your food better. One thing that I caught before in one of our previous discussions was you said that you were eating egg whites. So I just want to give you a little bit of advice there, if I may. And, America is obsessed, and I used to live in the United States full time, and I too, when I was on my diet, the type of fad diet that the Bodylove Diet is absolutely not about, I would eat like 12 egg whites and still be hungry. Like, and I know when I go to cafes and diners and things in the United States, they're these huge portions, yet very little fat, and then I would feel hungry an hour or two later. So you really do need to eat the egg yolk. It's where all the minerals and vitamins are. So from now on, starting say today, tomorrow, even at nighttime, if you don't have a lot of food or you've had a really busy day and you have some eggs there, you can make up a huge frittata. You can make up a huge just omelette with some bacon if you wanted, or smoked salmon or a can of salmon. And I even, put in some goat's cheese, or if you could get organic cheese, I think a little bit of dairy. We don't want to go overboard with dairy because it can create inflammation in the body. But if you can get organic cheese and just sprinkle a little bit on the top, it's beautiful. And you can actually make a dinner out of it or a lunch. But it'll be really interesting for you to see how full you feel and how, I don't know, when I eat good fats, whether it's avocado, coconut oil, from the fish, and even from grass-fed beef and meat, I feel really nourished. I have a lot of energy, and I eat a pretty high-fat diet, and my weight is completely stabilized. And all my clients that I work with, because they're getting those good fats that are so needed for your brain chemistry, to feel full, to feel satiated, to balance your hormones, you actually lose more weight. And it's a bit of a paradigm shift from the no fat to this good fat, but the weight loss is elevated, which is fantastic, but you feel good.
Right.
You don't feel like you're hungry all the time.
Right.
So some of the other things that you can have, I don't know if you're having them yet, is like seeds, like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds as little snacks.
Love pumpkin seeds. That would be good.
And another thing that Armando mentioned is, although you've quit soda, which is such a huge, wonderful thing, I think you might have been drinking another low-calorie version of a drink that has, and we won't say the brand on camera, but that doesn't have sugar. However, it has the fake sugars like the aspartame. So I have a suggestion for you, and that is to boil up a whole lot of hot water. Go to a health food store or even just your local store and find like a raspberry tea. Celestial Seasonings is a great brand in the US. It's not too expensive.
Oh, exactly what
Get about 4 tea bags, put it in, put the boiling water obviously in there, put a little bit of stevia. Do you know what stevia is?
So it's like I don't know exactly, but I've seen the commercials. It's a healthier sugar, right? Something along the lines of that.
It's actually, yes. It tastes like sugar. It's got that sweetness, but it will not spike your sugar in your blood. And it's actually from a herb, an African herb. So it's not carcinogenic to the body or cancerous. It's not toxic. They've done a lot of tests where aspartame isn't very good for you, and I won't go into detail, but it can create depression. It can actually make you even crave more. So what I would do is every Sunday or every evening, make big batches of this up, and don't use plastic if you can. For example, I've got a glass jar here that cost me, I don't know, $2 from a nice little store, or you could go to Kmart or Target or somewhere like that. Get a glass jar, and you just don't want any of the plastic residue to go into your water, especially it being hot. So buy a couple of these. They only cost a couple of dollars, and then just make all these different flavored teas. You can get raspberry, blueberry, chamomile, anything that you really like, and it tastes incredible. So
awesome.
The stevia makes it really sweet. You're not going to get a spike in your blood sugar levels, which is going to make you feel pretty average. Right. So without knowing it, by going on the Bodylove Diet program,
I'm gonna try that right now. Actually.
So you want to go and make some now? I live on this. I love it, and I find that after eating a meal, sometimes you really want something sweet. So having so having the beautiful drink is awesome. You're gonna make your own. You can call it your Bodylove iced tea or your Love iced tea. You can give it your own name. Yeah.
Definitely.
Also berries. Have you been eating any fruits at all? Like just some low sugar fruits?
Strawberries, orange,
Strawberries.
bananas, apples, pears,
Okay, great.
peaches.
Okay, great. So I don't want to go too hardcore on you, but you've made so many great changes so quickly. However, over maybe the next 7 days before you go back to the show, I'd like you to lower your sugar intake. And so when I mean that, like even though you've already cut out a lot of these funky bad sugars, do you think that you could lower the quantity of fruit that you're eating and only have like blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries? So no banana and no pear, and they're great things to have. Like it's better to have that than junk food, but it's still fructose and it's still sugar.
Right.
So we want to put you into fat burning mode, and the way that we do that is by releasing all the glycogen stores in your body. So that's all the sugar store, because then your body will go to metabolize and burn your fat stores because there's no sugar there. Nice. So over the next 7 days, let's go very high protein, high good fats. I don't want you to feel hungry at all. Like, eat the 6 meals like you were saying that you're doing. You're eating 6 small meals or, good sized meals per day. One thing that you could have as a dessert is non-flavored, so with no sugar added, goat's milk yogurt. I don't know if you've tried that before. A big container if you go to Whole Foods is about $5. You could eventually, I could teach you how to make your own, so it's even cheaper. But just make sure that it's plain. If you don't have time to do that, then you could get yogurt just from your regular store, and you just get a dairy one. But if you can get goat's milk, it's usually a lot more healthier and natural. It doesn't have all the hormones and additives in it. And then you add a little bit of stevia. You can put a few like strawberries in there or raspberries and mix it up. Even put in some pumpkin seeds or pepita seeds, whatever you call it. And it tastes with it sort of a bit of a crunch because you put the pepita in, which are full of zinc. They're just beautiful. And you eat those as a snack, as a dessert. So allow yourself to have a dessert, but just keep it low sugar.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions? Is there any challenges that you're having?
Mine just, I can't give up. I'm trying so hard, but I have a sweet tooth, and it's really hard for me to give up sweets. I just, Valentine's Day was yesterday. I cheated and had some chocolate, but I felt really guilty. How can I substitute that? Will oat milk yogurt do the trick?
That will help a little bit. However, okay, how much chocolate did you have?
I had about 2 chocolate covered pretzels and a few chocolate covered strawberries.
Okay, well that's not too bad, and I don't think that that's cheating. I think that we need to have a really healthy, holistic view. This is a big picture for you guys. You're going to be staying on this program for, I hope, forever. Like the Bodylove Diet.
It's a lifestyle for us now.
That's what we were talking about. Is a lot of people that we know, they eat better, then they lose the weight they want, and that's it.
Right.
But I was telling him that, this has to become our everyday thing.
Right.
So the day we go, this is our life now. So we're ready for it, and I'm excited.
Absolutely.
We're like trying new things.
Absolutely. So we want to eradicate this guilt. Okay? So you've had a couple of pretzels with chocolate and a couple of strawberries. That's not going to break. You've already achieved so much. You're going to be on this for a very long time. So we just want to have a healthier relationship with food, and the guilt is really kind of a poisonous emotion. So you know how before I was talking about being in a relaxed state to lose weight, when we start to feel the emotion of guilt, we actually raise a stress hormone in our body, cortisol, which signals to the body to store fat. So it's really interesting. The more of a peaceful, harmonious, flowing relationship you have with food. So when you have a pretzel like that, or you have a strawberry with chocolate on it, or a couple of them, you really enjoy it. You feel the pleasure, you enjoy it, and then you go, okay, well, I've done that. I really enjoyed that, and you continue on with the program. You don't think, oh my God, I've totally stuffed up, because you haven't.
Yeah,
So,
you know what? That's so true, because normally I would have ate the whole 24 chocolate covered strawberries. I just ate, enough to get that and then I was
feeling.
like, I don't need any more. I'm good with just two. But I felt, like I said, a little guilty, and I'm glad you expressed your feelings, because now I could just get over that.
Yeah, and we do. We just want to get over it. And the other point that I want to make, Angela, with you is, because I know at first that Armando shared with me, we're talking behind your back. He said that you were a little bit, even though you're happy that you've lost 7 pounds, that you feel really good, you haven't lost as much weight as Armando. Number one, it's not a competition. Number two, the female body does lose weight differently. It can take a little bit more time. But what I like to say to all my clients is, say, in the next 6 months, I can guarantee that you'll lose the weight. Okay, just say how much more weight do you really want to lose? What would be your ideal?
I was shooting for 40 to 50.
Okay, so if we say...
Over time.
What's sorry, darling?
Over a reasonable amount of time. I know that it won't happen right away, but that's my goal.
Okay. So a healthy weight loss would be about 8 pounds per month. Okay, you may lose more than that, but 8 pounds a month is 2.2, say about 2.2 pounds a week, which is 1 kilo. Okay, so that means that, say it's 40 pounds, so I can't do my math, but say that's 6 months, around 36 pounds, 40 pounds, you'll probably lose more. Okay, maybe you'll lose the 50 in 6 months. But if I said to you, so we've got March, April, May, June, July, August. By the end of August, beginning of September, you have lost 40 to 50 pounds. How does that make you feel right now?
Happy.
Happy.
And excited, and I want to be there.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. So you can't get there though now. The best thing that you can do is to enjoy the journey and be focused on that goal and be like, I am losing weight. Every day I am transforming and becoming healthier and healthier. And just be relaxed, trusting that you are going to lose the weight, eating the best, most highest quality food. And this is a transformation for you psychologically as well, because you will never go back. So this is not a rush. This is not a race. You don't want to lose it quickly. You don't want to get sagging skin.
No.
You want to recalibrate your body. You're really going on this beautiful healing self-love journey. This is not like any other diet, okay? So the Bodylove Diet program is teaching you to become intuitive with your emotions, with how much you're eating, to make it a daily ritual, and to go through a real transformation. And the only way that we have real transformation is to change the way we think and feel and act and behave. And one of the best things that you can do right now is to love yourself up, give yourself a big hug, and just say, I want you to both repeat after me, I love my body.
I love my body.
I am healing and transforming with every breath.
I'm healing and transforming with every breath.
I vow to nourish myself.
I vow to nourish myself
with self-love, with beautifying foods,
with beautifying foods
that give me pleasure. I promise to be patient with myself.
I promise to be patient with myself.
And have a really fun time as I transform.
And have a really fun time as I transform.
I put my health at the top of the list.
I put my health at the top of the list.
And trust that the weight loss will come and follow.
And trust that the weight loss will come and follow.
As a natural extension of my radiant health.
As a natural extension of my radiant health.
Okay, how does that feel?
Feels good.
Okay, so what we're doing with the program is we're focusing on really loving this food, feeling really, really good about it, and then letting the weight come off and it not being this rush, stressed activity.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, and if I ever think about losing weight, I almost just get stressed thinking about it. So let's just try to focus our mind on getting really healthy and feeling really good and having this gorgeous, abundant, juicy time with both together as a couple and then individually, really, because it makes it so much, I'm going to use the word again, it's a lighter feeling, it's a freer feeling, it's a more relaxed feeling, and they are all the qualities that you want to bring into your body and your mind so that your body will be in the optimum state to lose weight. So anything that you do that feels stressful, we want to look at that and eradicate that. So any sort of self-bullying, like the guilt emotion, we want to get rid of altogether. Okay, Armando? The biggest thing that you're going to need to do is have more fat in your diet. That is going to really help you alleviate, Armando, the cravings. Okay?
Okay.
So I would love you to have 4 teaspoons of coconut oil under your tongue. So I want you to eat the coconut oil.
You can eat it.
You can eat it. Coconut oil is a thermogenic, so it sort of heats up the body, heats up your system. It's great for your immune system. So if you're like, you just coughed right then, if you have a little bit of a flu, it's going to really help with your immune system. Sugar, on the other hand, weakens the immune system, which is really interesting. So if you get a bit of the flu more often, you know, sugar is something you definitely want to get rid of, because not just because of your weight, but also because of your energy and your immune system.
Yeah.
So before you even have breakfast in the morning, get a teaspoon of coconut oil and just eat it. You also,
really?
Yes, absolutely. And you can even buy little smaller ones or take it to work, or you can both buy one container for $10 and keep some in the kitchen. You can put some in your bedroom because it's a great little lubricant. And then take some to work with you both. Like, you can take it to work. So before you have lunch, have another scoop. Around 3 o'clock, if you start to get the energy drain, have another scoop. Plus eat something, have some yogurt, have some fruit, have some seeds, have a few nuts, or have a little bit of protein. And then at dinner time, you can have another teaspoon. You can both probably get away with having 4 teaspoons a day. Plus, I want you to cook with it. So when you're cooking your eggs, it's the only oil, apart from butter's not bad either, but coconut oil has a very high heat point. So what I mean by that is, if you've noticed, if you've ever cooked, say, with olive oil, even though olive oil is beautiful, cold-pressed olive oil, it burns, as you would know, Armando, when you cook, right? So you want to only use olive oil in your salad dressings. And there's a lot of there's a really lovely salad dressing in the Bodylove Diet book. It's a garlic salad dressing that's just awesome. And you can actually use it as sort of like a sauce to put on your chicken to give it more flavor. It's quite high. It's got quite a lot of olive oil. It's more like a French dressing. It's got no sugar, but it tastes delicious. And I even add a dash of stevia in it to take away a little bit of it, as you would know, Armando, being a chef, that bitterness from the apple cider vinegar. And I use apple cider vinegar because it's vinegar, obviously, like unlike balsamic, that has no sugar. Okay? So definitely do that. But yeah, it remains heat stable, so it doesn't actually burn. So when you do your eggs, put a teaspoon in, and don't be liberal with it. Be generous with your servings of it. You will not put on weight from this fat. It is a medium chain fatty acid. So what I mean by that is that it gets used almost like a carbohydrate immediately by your liver as fuel. So your body kind of burns it off. So I used to also have a very underactive thyroid from stress, and a lot of Americans battle with fatigue. It also helps with fatigue. So get busy with the coconut oil, and I'd love to check in with you. If you could really do this pretty religiously over the next 3 days. So we want to lower all that fruit. We want to up the ante on the fats even more. I want you to push it up. Get the coconut oil, and maybe we could check in a few more days. And I would like to see, like, try to be really mindful and even write it down. And I'll email you a food journal. I want you to write down, do I feel more energized? Have my cravings disappeared? Are you able to do that?
Definitely. I have one question. Do you have a specific brand that you like of coconut oil?
That's a very good question, and I really don't. They're all quite good. They're all natural. With marketing, they're going to put organic and cold pressed, but really they all are. But, you know, I really like Trader Joe's. Do you have Trader Joe's? I know that they sell it there. And
I think one is opening up in Denver.
Okay. Well, do you have a health food store in Denver? I'm sure you do. Go
Yeah,
there and just get an organic cold pressed, you know, coconut oil, but they're probably all the same. And yes, and if you are using olive oil in your salads, make sure it's cold pressed. So it'll have on the label cold pressed. So what that means is they haven't heat treated the olive oil, and you do not want to have heat treated olive oil because it's carcinogenic.
So you don't want cold pressed? You want?
No, I do want cold pressed.
Okay.
Yeah, for the olive oil as well. And your coconut oil, make sure it says organic, but I pretty much think most coconut oils are organic.
Yeah. Right.
So that's all good. And just make sure, how is your sleep going? Are you getting enough sleep?
7 hours.
Well, I know we talked the other day and you said I should be getting 8, so I actually went to bed earlier that day and I had a lot more energy the next day, but yesterday I didn't go to bed until 12 and I had to get up at 7, so I do feel a difference.
And I tried to tell him, I know that he likes to play games a lot, and I told him, you know, you staying up late till 2 one morning and then trying to go to bed early a couple nights, then late again, you're tricking your body. It has to kind of stay on some type of system, right? Like you have to
schedule.
Kind of, even on the weekends, you know, maybe 1 or 2 hours a little bit later, but still you want to stick to that if you can, so that your body gets in a regular system, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You're very correct and right. And the other thing is that your hormones really balance. It's good to get, good on you. It's good to get to bed at around 9 to 10 p.m. You really want to allow your hormones to balance and recalibrate and to get into this beautiful sync. And really, ideally, it would be great if you woke up earlier and went for a walk in the morning together. For even half an hour, even 20 minutes, you will feel incredible. If you want to play computer games, that's all good. Try to play them in the afternoon on a Saturday or Sunday, where if you want to do a session for 3 or 4 hours, and then perhaps, you know, Angela, you'd like to watch a movie or catch up with a girlfriend or something like that and go and have coffee. He can go and do his boy thing. You can do your girl thing. But what happens is when we don't get enough sleep and not enough quality sleep, a hormone is released called ghrelin. And ghrelin makes you very hungry. It actually, have you noticed sometimes when you don't get enough sleep? Like I got up at 4:30 the other morning with jet lag, and that day I was just ravenous because there's a hormonal thing going on that's telling you to eat food. So yeah, it's really interesting. So getting good quality sleep is vital for health, well-being, mental clarity. You know, one thing that I say to all my clients is go to bed if you can. Like turn off all the TV at about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I know it's early. Get into bed, read the book. Think about what you want to create for your day. What do you guys want for the future for you two? Are you planning a trip? What are some of the things that you can be doing that weekend? How do you maybe want to, you know, what meals are you going to have that week? Or, you know, what are some of the big dreams that you guys have? Start thinking about your future rather than dumbing down with this constant entertainment, and, you know, because you're stimulating your brain too much. So you guys, you know, you don't have to do that every night, but if you could even go and read for an hour, relax the body, so that by the time 10 or 10:30 comes, you are ready to fall asleep. Have a bath. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful activity. It's a self-loving, I think, activity to do that. Otherwise, we're just stimulated so much. And of course, you're not ready to go to bed at 12 o'clock when you're playing computer games. They're addictive. You know, I know what that's like. They're more addictive than probably junk food, you know?
Yeah.
Or the same type of response.
I eat my junk food as playing them games.
Well, you're not having sex with with Angela, but you're busy playing games.
Video games.
Exactly. So go and do some more exercise in the bedroom.
Hey.
Even, even if you don't have sex, I think that's another thing. How does this relate to health? Well, having that intimacy and being connected with your bodies, and even just lying naked together, heart to heart, and having a big chat about your day with no expectation about having sex. You don't need to have sex, but I think part of the whole body and the healing experience is to be comfortable with your bodies together and to really have that intimacy that you're starting to really deepen at the moment. So doing some beautiful activities like that would just be lovely. And I think that you'll even have more energy.
Yeah. We're ready to try it.
Okay, great. So could I give you one more final activity then? That's lowering the sugar. It's getting up one morning over the next 3 days early-ish to go for a walk or a hike or a bike ride. And then I want you to go to bed for the next couple of nights, sort of at about 8:39. You don't have to go to sleep. You either have sex, you lie there naked, you have a bath together, you have a shower together if you don't have a bath.